31%. That is the amount that comes in the month of December. 31% of donations that come in the month of December, and you need to make sure you are ready. So stick with me till the end of this video, and I'll go through with you 7 tips to make your year-end giving season rock. Hi, I'm Kelly, the nonprofit strategy nerd. And I help nonprofit leaders create an organization and life of intention, ease, and incredible impact. Now, before we get started nerding out about fundraising, make sure to subscribe to my Instagram. You can find me at Nonprofit Nerd. And if you showed up here and you really need a little bit of one-on-one help, check out my coffee and consulting, the link below, to get one-on-one help from me to you to help your nonprofit rock this giving season. So stick with me for tip number 1 to rock your year-end giving. Now, for the last 4.5 years, I've been helping small to mid-sized nonprofits figure out how to do donor development right. And for a lot of these nonprofits, they've gone from raising $10,000 in their year-end giving to $100,000 in their year-end giving. And I want to go through some of the strategies we've used with Grid HQ. You can check us out below, that you can use today for free to rock your year-end giving. And the first one is a simple one. Create a plan. It always kills me that nonprofit fundraisers, especially if you're an executive director and you're already multitasking, or a communications manager and you're already multitasking, it's like scattershot when it comes to giving season. Oh yeah, I forgot we were supposed to do this. Oh yeah, I forgot we were supposed to do this. Take a step right now. If you're watching this video live, I am sending this out in October to remind you to write down a plan. Create a fundraising plan, stick to it, maybe add to it. Again, plans aren't written in stone, but it's something that you're following just to make sure you don't miss opportunities. So my first recommendation right now is create a year-end fundraising plan. Now, your plan should include repurposing content, not just putting one thing one place, but repurposing content. For example, if you have a YouTube video, make sure that after you post it on YouTube, you are sending it out via email, you're posting it on your social media, you're maybe even using that story via video in some print publication or as part of your solicitation letters. So repurpose content as part of your fundraising plan. Figure out when you're doing asks and make sure that it's more than just one solicitation letter or one ask, but maybe 7 different asks over the holiday season in 7 different ways, or the same or similar messaging to different audiences and different platforms. Again, holiday giving campaign is not just send a solicitation letter. So part of your plan should include multiple platforms. And if you do have a lot of little donors that are maybe annually giving less than $200 a year, also make sure that your holiday giving creates some hype at some point. Now, this might be through your Giving Tuesday campaign. This might be through a donor engagement event, but you need to have some hype that makes people excited to give. So make sure to create that plan. I am a big fan of tip number 2, which is batching stories. Batch your content ahead of time. The biggest missed opportunity for nonprofits is we forget to tell our own story. So go ahead and batch it right now, especially if you're watching this live in October. Take a week, go interview a bunch of volunteers, go interview your board members, go interview clients, and then you'll have that content ready as you're putting out messaging through the holiday season. I like if you just ask one question to lots of different people, and then you have an automatic theme for your holiday giving, which are their responses to those questions. If you haven't already, make sure to watch, specific to storytelling, my video on 4 storytelling secret sauces. And if you still have time, there might be a few spots left, you can check out Nonprofit Storytelling Bootcamp. Link below. Tip number 3 is to know your ask. It always cracks me up when people complain about people aren't giving to us, no one really cares about us, and I'm like, oh, well, what was the response to your last ask? We don't ask people to donate. We just wait to see what reactively comes in. Now, the biggest mistake nonprofits make is they don't tell their story and they don't ask. Ask, 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 and know what your ask is. So if you're talking to donors, if you're couching your board on how to talk to donors, they know what they're saying. There should be specific messaging, a specific ask, specific language, and make sure you're asking. Know your ask and ask for a donation. Again, 30% of donations raised come in the month of December. Get ready. And what you also need to do if you want to level up your fundraising is block out on your calendar now at least an afternoon a week, maybe a day and a half a week, to prioritize implementing your end of year giving plan. Make sure that your time aligns with your priorities. And if your priorities are to raise more money for your nonprofit, you need to be allocating time towards your end of year giving plan. I highly recommend that you treat that time like it is an obligation and you do not go run and set up all these meetings. That is an obligation for you to be working on that plan. Now, if this is very difficult for you, make sure to check out my freebie on how to gain back 10 hours in your work week, or watch this video where I go through it, because you need to make sure that you are really doing the needle moving things for your nonprofit to reach your goals. Sorry, I had to take a little break. Whew. Obviously, time management is something I'm very passionate about, but something I'm also passionate about is nonprofit boards and how to engage them correctly. And I have a bunch of resources on this, so make sure you subscribe to Nonprofit Strategy Nerd to check out those resources. But also, you need to make sure you're engaging your board and giving them the tools to be fundraisers during your giving season. I'm not going to go through all the ways to do that. And if you're like, oh, Kelly, you can't do that, make sure to watch the Nonprofit Girl Boss's co-host and I, Abby, recorded a free masterclass into how to turn your board members into moneymakers. So you can watch that right here and then tell me how effective it is. So let me tell you, board members being moneymakers, it's the real deal. And finally, we are almost to the end of the 7th tip, my 6th tip, and I'm like, time management, board governance, solicitation letters, is to write an effective solicitation letter. Now, if you are writing a solicitation letter that just summarizes all your activities for the year, you might as well just go and burn that solicitation letter right now, because you are wasting money. Writing an effective solicitation letter is so important. I'll link the blog post below about 4 mistakes nonprofits make, and check out, I do offer a solicitation letter writing course. Last year, I feel so privileged to have helped 4 nonprofits more than double their donations from the previous year from their solicitation letter, twice the amount of money. Same paper, same list, twice the amount of money. And in the last 4.5 years, I've helped 3 organizations add a 0 to their annual giving solicitation letter. This is not by asking new people. This is just by crafting the correct, add a 0 from $10,000 to $100,000. True story. Just by crafting a solicitation letter that has impact, that gives people warm and fuzzies, that follows those storytelling secret sauces. So please, 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 if you're curious about solicitation letter writing, there might still be slots in my solicitation letter writing master course. Check out the link below. If not, set up a coffee and consulting and we can work one-on-one on how to do that. And finally, my 7th and favorite tip for holiday year-end giving: have fun. If you're not having fun, it impacts your copywriting, it impacts your interactions with donations, it impacts your ability to get staff and board members excited about fundraising, about coming alongside and being a part of the success of your organization, about being a part of the impact your organization has. Like, fundraising should be fun. I know it's crazy, but it should, and especially during the holidays. You're giving people the opportunity to support your organization, and if you believe in your organization, this is an exciting, wonderful partnership between an individual that might not be able to make a direct impact on someone's life to partner with you and your organization and change lives. What can be better than that? So notice how much fun I just had helping you help your donors, help your organization. Make sure you're having fun and enjoying yourself. Make sure your messaging, your conversations internally with staff, externally, are joyful. We can even tell sad stories joyfully. So make sure you're having fun. Obviously I do, just taking on and off my glasses. Anyway, make sure you're having fun. Make sure you are being excited about your organization's impact. And if you found these 7 quick tips helpful, make sure you subscribe below for weekly tips direct from me to you so you can create an organization and life of intention, ease, and incredible impact. And again, if you're looking for one-on-one support, your first step is to set up a coffee and consulting with me. Link below where you can set up a 45-minute direct consult with you and me to nerd out about fundraising, which is my favorite thing to do, other than nerding out about time management. And I will see you next week where hopefully I'll be a little bit less nerdy.